Bounty Hunter BJ, disrespect Compton. Now, you know, Bounty Hunter BJ made this video and he definitely had a gang of things to say. And it was all very much distasteful and disrespectful towards the city of Compton. You know, all the black gang members and stuff like that. And I'm gonna run them clips for y'all too, so y'all get exactly what I'm speaking on, right? But first off, this is what I feel. I feel like I don't know if people is like afraid to just address their issues with the individuals that they have the issues with, or you know, the individuals who say things or do things that certain individuals don't agree with. Like, I don't know why people just don't take their energy and call out the individual that they be upset with. But however it go, Bounty Hunter BJ took it upon himself to be disrespectful towards Compton as a whole, just because some remarks that one person did, right? Like, it's not one person who runs no city. It's not one person who's the voice of a city. It's not one person who's the one representation for a city, right? So I say that to say that when a person say something, you should just address them individually instead of letting one person drive you to the path of disrespecting multiple individuals. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting individuals who don't even have nothing to do with the situation of why you angry and upset. And I just can't respect that. And you know, I think his video might have came out like last week. And you know, I want to say me and Bounty Hunter BJ might have about 20, 25, 30 years difference between each other. You know, so I definitely didn't want to really I didn't really want to engage with the situation. You know, I felt like it's enough representation on this internet of individuals who claim to be, you know, from Compton in his same age group that I felt like, you know, they could have handled it or they was gonna speak on it. So, you know, I pretty much was just waiting on that. And I don't know if they're gonna speak on it tomorrow or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever, whenever, another day, it don't matter. But to me, it's like when you want to be a person who represents Compton, it's always about, you know, when you gonna stand for Compton. You know what I mean? Because a lot of dudes be out here trying to carry themselves like they just the most Mr. Compton. They know everything about Compton. You know, they the Compton historian. It's just like that's how people carry themselves, right? And then, you know, let one of these young cats do something that they don't agree with. They won't have no hesitation to get on these cameras and stuff talking about how, you know, in my day, that was the real get down to the trenches. You know, that was real. That was hard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stuff ain't that. They wouldn't have no hesitation to do that. But when it comes to somebody that's, you know, elder, being very disrespectful to Compton, I guess they find that, you know what I mean, something that's not an obligation, you know what I'm saying? Or that don't require no type of energy or attention or whatever it may be, which is like cool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go about things their own way. But to me, and also it's like the time frames that BJ was talking about, you know, that's like a little bit before me. You know what I'm saying? He was saying things that was very disrespectful about, you know, Compton tucking their tail when they was having issues with the Hispanics. You know, he made it upon himself to say, I'm talking about you dudes in Compton and you dudes in Bompton. So by him making that, you know, statement, I took it as like he pretty much just like, you know, speaking against all the black dudes, you know what I mean? All the black gang members. You know, he making comments about being scared. He said, you know, a lot of messes was doing a lot of violence, doing a lot of damage to the black community. And, you know, the Crips and the Pyrus wasn't raising to the occasion. You know what I mean? Talking about the Hispanics that put a green light out, and all the dudes in Compton was tucking tail and hiding out in LA. And I'm gonna run all that in the clips, so y'all definitely gonna, you know what I mean, see it and hear it for yourself. But I feel like Bonnie Hunter BJ definitely should have said something to the individual or the individuals that he felt like he was upset with. And I feel like this is how you get big old issues created just because a person don't want to be direct with his individual issue, you know? And that's how I feel, man. When I got a problem with a person, I'm going to stand tall on me and what I believe on. You know what I mean? I know how to be a man first. You know what I mean? I know how to be an individual first before I be a group or represent a group. So to me, I don't gotta try to turn everything into a group situation or a gang situation or a city versus city situation. That's just not what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I need to do that, and I ain't gonna never do that. I know how to get at people directly and, you know what I mean, keep it a Benji and express myself and articulate. But that's where I'm at with the video, man. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed that, you know, a Watts person would have so much disrespect to say about Compton. Another black person would have so much disrespect towards black people just on behalf of the Hispanics. And, you know, just because you will have people that get out here on these cameras acting like they the toughest or they the smartest or they the strongest just because they might have been in these streets first or been in these streets longer. So they try their best to manipulate the system because it might be certain individuals who don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these younger cats. But man, I just definitely don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what happens in the future. I feel like Bounty Hunter BJ definitely need to take a stance and make an apology publicly. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, when the Ayatollah Marv dude made them comments, you had more so-called gangbanger dudes from Compton upset with him when he's entitled to his own opinion. You know what I'm saying? Do we gotta say certain things? No. You know what I mean? Do we gotta disrespect people or offend people? No. But do everybody got their own opinion and viewing point on certain things? Yeah. And when we got this dude, you know, Elder Pyru gentleman made these comments about, like, you know, Easy E, you seemed like gangbangers felt like that was something, you know what I mean, that they definitely had to get involved with and speak on and opinionate on, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude just really was speaking on a rapper or a public figure. You know what I mean? I don't think he was really speaking so like personally about what kind of person Easy is or his dealings of Easy. I feel like he was just speaking on his, you know what I mean, his own belief. Whether he really believed it or he was just using it for attention, whatever it may be, he did what he chose to do. But you don't even get half that energy with Bonnie Hunter BJ, and he got on here and disrespected all the Crips and Pod rules from Compton. You know what I mean? And I just had to highlight that just because I like to judge people based upon what they show me. You know what I'm saying? So I highlight that to show, like, pay attention to these people's actions. You know what I mean? It's easy to bamboozle somebody or confuse somebody by uh your words and terminology, you know, your verbiage, you know, your knowledge, your info about history. You know what I mean? You can easily control the room or control the ear. But one thing people ain't gonna never be able to have full control of, and that's gonna be their actions. You know what I mean? When they feel like it, they can use their actions to, you know, create illusions or be in character mode. But if you watch these dudes' pattern of behavior long enough, then you will be able to see through them. And I say that as a general statement for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody you watch them long enough, they're going to definitely show you who they are, what they stand for, or what they don't stand for. And that's just facts. But shout out to the Dice Crew and everybody who been tuning in, man. Y'all run them likes up for me. Shout out to Compton. Shout out to Watts. Shout out to all the honorable stand-up dudes in Compton and in Watts, in the streets in general. And shout out to everybody who represent Compton and Watts or Los Angeles in general on this internet in the right way. You know what I mean? I'm just giving out those flowers. So I'm gonna run them clips for y'all so y'all can have your own output on it. Keep it a Benji for me in the comments. If not, don't jump in. Run them likes up for me. Hit that subscribe for me. Let's turn it up. We almost into the year 2025. I feel great about it. I got good energy. A lot of good things been coming my way. I've been getting more educated on certain things. So, you know, I ain't got no complaints, man. All praise to the Most High. Appreciate the air. But I'm going to run them clips for y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all view it, man. Keep it a Benji for me. Shout out to the Dice crew. I'm out.
Who's better than what? Ain't none of these communities better than the next, period. Because there has been a change of venue in all of them. So now, let me bust your bubble for a minute and take you back into some history. So since cats want to get on the internet and brag and boast, now we talk about music, just musically, because if we're talking about the streets, that's a whole different dimension. So check this out. How about the time since Compton wanted, this certain particular cat want to get on here and brag and boast about Compton this and Compton that, right? And the thing is, why would you dudes want to come in with the... So let me ask you this, Compton, before my closing out. Let me ask you this. Where was all you killers and you so-called OG niggas on the internet and you so-called killers and head busters when the green light went down in Compton 10 years ago, a decade ago, when the green light went down on the blacks in Compton? They had a green light in LA the same way, so I'm getting there. It ain't no Peter Pay Paul. It ain't no favoritism. I'm talking about LA and Compton. Where was you motherfucking killers, excuse my French TV land, but where was you effing killers at then? Where was you head busters? When none of you niggas on front line, ain't none of you niggas sitting down, laid down right now for no bodies because of racial war. It was racial wars going on in our city. It just wasn't mediarized with the media and made it broad and big, but the media was capitalizing it. The news was capitalizing. Every death that was occurring. Blacks. Innocent blacks was getting killed in Compton, bro. Cats was just pulling up out of nowhere, just to pull up and knocking down blacks, bro, on some Mexican and black bullshit because that war had occurred. And it was behind drugs and cartels. It gets deeper than that, but I'm not even going to go there at this point in time. But just to give you the scenarios, blacks was dying, bro, rapidly. Niggas wasn't putting their work in. Gangbangers wasn't smashing and putting their work in Compton and Bompton. Niggas was hiding, tucked away. Niggas was in LA. So it's like, why get on here with this shit and not tell the truth? So y'all try, when you do this divide and separation, now people take sides. We don't do the buffoonery and the bullshit, man. So me personally, I got involved in this internet world, the YouTube world about 4 years ago. I'm not from this world. I'm not from this section. I'm not from the millennium. Period. I grew up in them 70s and them 80s, man, when it was dangerous, when it was volatile. And that's a part of me. That's who I am. That's who I became. So I'm confused at this point in time where all this braggadocious is coming about. I've seen a couple of videos on the internet. I ain't gonna call out no names. I ain't gonna do the name call, although I can. If it comes down to it, I can and I will. I ain't tripping on what no nigga got to say or getting in his feelings. I don't give a fuck. And if a nigga got something to say or a nigga want to get in their feelings, reach out, holler at me, get at me. I'll pull up on a nigga in a minute. Niggas already know my get down. My get down is real and it's thorough. There ain't no fake ass internet shit, bro. I ain't here for none of that shit. I don't want to hurt nobody or hurt one of my own kind of my people. But nigga, just don't step on my toes, get in my weight in. Straight up. Because I ain't finna play with nobody. I ain't never played with a nigga when I was in them streets. And just because I'm retired and I'm doing my thing, I'm living my life as an entrepreneur, and I'm enjoying my success and my achievements, don't mean I won't bust one of you niggas upside your fucking head for trying to violate me and mine, nigga. Period. So I don't put myself in those type of waves or those lanes to be able to have to get down like that. Holla. Because I don't smoke and get high. I'm like my young nigga Esther, off the back, nigga, off the back. Still chunk these motherfuckers good. And this works well. So I ain't worried about none of that.